Hello, my name is John Griffin Dahman, but a lot of people call me Dr. Leisure. I like to make these short videos on a variety of topics: food, fashion, travel, technology. I like to make these short videos and I hope you like watching them, but if you don't, that's fine too. A cane hook is a tool a little like a machete, but with a J or a hook shape. It's used for cutting brush or clearing small branches. This one needs a handle. The metal blade is fine and sharp, but I had nothing to hold on to. I'm a big fan of reuse or refurbish rather than replace, and I was not ready to give up on it, so I decided to fix it myself. The good news, nature can help, as it can so often. All I needed was the right sapling to replace the handle. A sapling is a young tree, thin and flexible. It's great for making tool handles because the wood is strong but not too heavy. I headed along the face line behind my house to look for one. You can't just go galumphing around hacking on trees, but you can clear undergrowth, ruining your property. I carried the metal part of the cane hook so I could measure as I went. I wanted a sapling that was straight, smooth, and about as thick as a broom handle. I didn't want it too bendy or too crooked. A crooked handle would make me have a swing that looked like I was directing an invisible orchestra. After a bit of searching, I found a perfect sapling. A section about as tall as my shoulder was pretty straight and just about the right thickness, pushing up from the foundation bar of the fence. Before cutting it, I checked that there were no birds' nests, bugs, or tiny woodland creatures living on it. Once I leaned close to a tree and a squirrel yelled at me. I didn't need a repeat of that drama. I feed the critters corn and sunflower seeds. Maybe it expected dessert. When I was sure it was safe, I used my trusty Ryobi saw to cut it close to the ground as possible. Now, I had the sapling, but it didn't much look like a handle yet. It had branches sticking out and rough bark that would scratch my hands. First, I trimmed off the small branches. Some snapped off easily, but others needed a knife or clippers. One branch ripped back and hit me right in the ear. Apparently, it was a ninja branch. I bowed respectfully and moved on. After trimming, I peeled off the bark. You can use a pocket knife for this. I used the biggest knife I could find, but always cut away from yourself and take your time. As the bark came off, the wood underneath looked smooth and fresh. I'll eventually rub it with sandpaper after letting it dry in my attic until it feels comfortable to hold. A good tool handle should feel like it belongs in your hands, like a handshake from an old friend. Next, I'll measure the bottom of the sapling to make sure it fits into the metal socket of the cane hook. As necessary, I'll carve the end so it slides in snugly, not too loose, not too tight. If it was loose, the blade might fly off. If it's tight, I'd have to push in so hard I might launch myself backwards like a cartoon character, or worse, spill my martini. Finally, when it's perfect, I'll tap a guide hole as illustrated and secure it with a stainless steel screw. My cane hook will have a fine handle, strong and smooth. As it seasons, it will only improve. Fixing it with a sapling, especially one which would have been discarded as debris, made me feel proud, like I used nature, tools, and a little bit of patience to bring something to life. And now, the next time I clear brush, I'll swing with confidence and maybe keep an eye out for ninja branches.